The entire story of the intruder in No, I'm Not a Human, also known as the Pale One in the radio, we actually know a lot of his lore through interactions with other characters and communications. So if we had to start from somewhere, it would actually be this bearded man. Known as the Hunter, he actually had a face-to-face interaction between the intruder just like the main character, where he first saw him as a human begging to be let inside his house. When refused, he tried to break into his window where the Hunter flashed his weapon, prompting the man to leave. But the next day, he saw the intruder again, this time holding his weapon while looking completely different, with the tall and saggy skin appearance we are familiar with. The intruder snapped his weapon in half, leaving him all alone and defenseless. The Hunter then decided it was not safe and ran away to refuge in our house. The first time the playable character hears about him is actually on the radio in Day 1, where in Fear they talk about how the Pale One is not human. He can be seen on Day 2, staring at your window while a group of teenagers are laying nearby, obviously because of him. On Day 3, they reference him as the Pale Maniac on the television, and despite soldiers surrounding your house, he comes to knock on your door, asking if you are alone. If the player answers that he isn't, he will just leave while looking disappointed. When Day 4 comes around, he continues his massacre. The soldiers that were around your house have now become a pile of bodies, and he's parading one of the heads at your window. On Day 5, he makes a little display on the head, putting it on a stake, pulling out its teeth, and letting the sun burn it. He then visits you again, asking if you are alone. When Day 9 comes around, he appears at your door again, continuing a mysterious rant about how one of our people is deathless because of a single word. He then plays a game, where if 2 or more of the inhabitants of the house are visitors, he will let himself in. If the player succeeds, the intruder comments on how he isn't the leader of the pack, and is just following orders. Day 11 comes around and says this is the last meeting they are having. He asks the question of if the player is alone one more time before leaving and never returning. The intruder is the most malicious visitor seen in the game. Unlike the others, he appears to be fully conscious of his identity as one, as well as not pretending to be human to enter houses, preferring to use brute strength to get inside. It appears that he is given the explicit orders to only eliminate people outside of houses, making sure everyone is contained indoors with other people, probably to assist his fellow visitors. But the only thing we know for sure is that the intruder enjoys the fear that he creates.